My name is Sapphire Crosby and I'm working within the primary phase, and my research focuses on young children and health education and science within the early years, so ages sort of from 3 to 8 years old, that sort of age range.
Thanks, Sapphire. So can you tell us what you did with the early years, which are the children that are like the 3 to 5-year-olds?
Yep, so we developed some learning resources, which the aim was to teach children about germ transmission and hand washing. And we created a set of resources, which we then turned into a workshop. And the workshop was underpinned by the theory of experiential learning, which essentially means learning by doing. And we did this so the activities would be hands-on and there would be interactive and visual experiences for the children. Especially as the topic of the invisible germ is quite a hard concept for very young children to grasp. So we had a range of different activities. We had a book, website games, and we had some other activities such as a glow gel activity where we had glow-in-the-dark gel that we'd put on the children's hands, and then this would visually represent the germs on their hands, and then we would go and ask them to wash their hands and see the areas of the hands that they may have missed or not washed properly. So just really sort of hands-on experiences for the children to really understand the notion of the invisible germ. So all of the resources are available on the website, which is germsjourney.com. We also have social media platforms, so Twitter, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook, which again is just Germs Journey or A Germs Journey. And all of the resources are freely available on the website for teachers or anybody to go and download or view, and they can use these with their children or with their classrooms. So as well as the resources that we have online, we also have lesson plans and workshop plans where teachers can download these and follow the step-by-step guide on how to deliver the workshops within their own classrooms. And all of the resources that we have created have been co-created with end users such as children and teachers and experts within the fields that we work with. The resources are available in lots of different languages, and if you go to the homepage on the website, you can select the region that you are looking for and you will find some resources linked to those regions, culturally relevant and translated into those languages. So for the the book that we developed, which was the book for the earliest children, so children from 3 to 5, we developed workshop activities, and in order to evaluate the effectiveness that these workshops had on the children's understanding, we did some research where we collected observations of the children's engagement with the resources, and we did this using a combination of using a structured observation checklist where we would look for certain behaviours or certain phrases that the children were using, and then we also used our own field notes as well to observe this. In order to see the direct impact that the workshop had on the children's understanding, we used identical pre and post workshop worksheets. So these worksheets were created with teachers who specifically worked with children around the age group that we were observing and doing the workshops with. And the idea was that we gave the children these worksheets, very simple to, well, the idea was that they were easy for the children to fill out in terms of not taking a long time, because obviously they were very young children. So we developed a clear worksheet for them to evaluate their understanding directly before the workshop, and then the same identical worksheet we then got the children to complete directly after the workshop, so we had a direct comparison of their understanding before and then after the session. So we then looked at developing a new workshop for Key Stage 1 children, which is children aged 5 to 8 years old, and based around the topic of respiratory illness. So the workshop was very much focused on good and bad germs, the difference between viruses and bacteria. And again, we evaluated the effectiveness of the resources by undertaking observations and also by using pre and post assessments of their understanding. But this time, instead of a worksheet, what we did was before the workshop, we asked children a series of questions and then recorded their answers. And then directly after the workshop, we asked them the same questions again and again, recorded their answers to see the direct comparison between their understanding before the workshop and then directly after the workshop. We also spoke to teachers as well, and asked the teachers to fill out questionnaires in order to get their views on the workshop, so that we just had a really good sort of understanding of it from the children's perspective, but also from the teachers and teaching assistants perspective as well.